Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton95 with another Transformers Legacy Evolution video, and that is going to be over the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Troop Builder Multi-Pack. So in this, we've got a generic Decepticon Seeker, a Quinton Trooper that could also be a Alicon, a G2 Universe Trooper with a alternate head, and an alternate, or animated Universe Autotrooper that could also be the Binaltech or Alternators Universe Autotrooper as well, or, you know, KISS players, which is kind of weird. Anyways, 27 steps, 16 steps, showing off the different heads. There we go. Top of the box there. They actually have a fully filled in box, like there is no openings to this. So instead of the big holes here, you get a picture of each of those alternate heads. And of course, legal information, buzzworthy packaging things. So there you have that. So let's get that out of here. All right, so starting with my least favorite of this, just because I don't care too much for the mold, here we have the Quinton Trooper, aka Bailiff, aka Alicon, Troop Builder. So, I mean, it's nice to finally have the Bailiff in the proper colors as opposed to fan art colors, or I think this was just a concept. I can't remember. I know it was unofficial, and then somehow Hasbro decided to use this for the Pit of Judgment set, and they went, yeah, so kind of weird, but at least here it is the proper colors for the Bailiff. So we've got the kind of double-bladed axe spear with the club or the mace on the end of it, and then you still get the, you know, the tail sword that the Alicons come with, so you can see what they look like side by side. So yeah, definite color difference. Definitely going to keep this head on it, but you can easily pop it off and put on the Alicon head. If it'll cooperate. There we go. And it's definitely a better color scheme than the mass retail Alicon. So, I mean, either way you do it, you could have him as the leader, like a group leader of Alicons, or as the Bailiff. So, don't know if I want to get more of this guy, maybe just one more. But then again, I do like my troop builders to be grouped in threes. So, I might get two more and do two as, you know, Bailiffs, and have this one as the group leader, and get another one, have it like this as the group leader of the Alicons. So we'll see, but for now, go ahead and pop this head off and pop it back on. Now, the reason I'm starting him in robot mode is because he was practically packaged in robot mode. The only thing was the tail slash back, it's really tight in there, was separated like that, and he was just kind of in there in robot mode as is. So there is that head. Obviously, as you saw, was on a ball joint. Very nicely painted, though. I will say that you got the nice purple, the bright turquoise on the crest, collar, or crest, neck, this collar piece, the forearms, and not in the beast mode, but we'll get into that when we get to beast mode. We got two shades of gray here, kind of this more beige color of gray. It's weird to describe. And then it's kind of bluish gray or steel gray. And the axe is gunmetal and then kind of a steel blue. Do have the Quinton logo there on the chest with that kind of lavender. Same here on the fists, the shoulders, the waist piece. And then you got a couple shades of green, so it works. Articulation, like I said, the head is on a ball joint as you saw earlier. You got a swivel here, a hinge that only goes out that far at the shoulder. You do get a bicep swivel, 90 at the elbow, and not really much back. A swivel at the wrists. You do get a waist swivel, it is very tight. You got forward, and back at the hips, out to there. Thigh swivel, although this one is pretty tight to where, like you saw earlier, it nearly popped off. Get 90 forward and then a little bit back at the knee. Do get ankle tilt and up and down. So there's that. And quick transformation from. Now I'm not going to go to and from both modes on all these because these have been reviewed multiple times and I'm not about to put that much time and effort into this. Yes, I should put time and effort, but I'm not going to do that much. So sorry to disappoint. Anyways, bring these forward. Or no. Yeah, bring them forward. Tab them in like that. Same thing on this side. Bring this up and around. Bring this section forward. Just come down and should. It helps if you rotate the waist around. Flip that under. It'll allow you to bring this whole backpack piece down. Okay, why aren't you wanting to? Okay, there we go. I'll tab it in there. Just bend legs down like that. Bring forward these claws. And there we have him in Alicon mode. So get the silver teeth, the red tongue painted in there. Get this very bright sky blue on the head. And for weapon storage, yes, he does have visible hand syndrome, but you can take this axe club thing. There is a slot right there, tab right there. Just goes in like that. And I guess it's got to be in one piece, so kind of a shame the way they did that. I guess it's more for robot mode storage. It was better on the Alicon where it was just the one spear and have it pointing down against his back. I guess you could still do that here and have it like that. There you go. So yeah, there is the Quinton Trooper, aka Bailiff or Alicon. So there is that. Now moving on to the G2 Cybertron Trooper. Let me just try to fix this as best I could, because it's not showing properly the way it's supposed to look, because it is definitely more of a green in person as opposed to the kind of bluish turquoise that it's showing on camera. It's not a very photogenic green, but it is definitely a brighter green. I mean, even then. So, but yeah, you got that. So here is compared to Skullgrin. So you can see they changed the centerpiece here, and there'll be more changes in robot mode, but that's the biggest one. Now, for Skullgrin, I've got the curve of this kind of facing downward, whereas on the Trooper here, I just have it kind of facing that way because it fits that curve of the tank, I think, as opposed to going against it. But yeah, still not a great tank, but at least enjoy how this Trooper looks. So we'll go ahead and take those off. I still hate the soft rubbery plastic that they've used for that. It doesn't make any sense. But you get up to there with the turret. You can rotate it 360. It has no wheels, so it just kind of skids along. So it is what it is. Go ahead and remove that. Untab these from the side. Bring them down. Bring these forward and down. Form the legs. Just kind of get them all straightened out here. It does help if you split them. foot down. Bring this up. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, I think I had it. Oh, come on. There we go. Nope, even then. Okay, so we got that. Straighten this out. All right, there we go. So, straighten that out. Bring out the foot. There we go. A little bit tricky. Bring this forward, bring the legs down. Come back here. Split the forearms. Open up chest piece. Flip this all around and then slide that up. And there, after we fold out the hands, there we have our G2 Universe Cybertron Trooper. And now I believe this head is more in line with the character Rook. So if you want to have the comic unit or the comic character Rook on your shelf, there you go. And here he is with Skullgrin, so you can see again what's changed. You got the new head and the new chest. So there is that. And now bringing in his boss, the already discoloring hipped, which sucks, G-axis. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh my god, it's even worse on the back. I just noticed that. Oh, why, Hasbro? Why are these things not getting addressed and fixed? And why aren't we getting new versions of them with the issue already fixed? That's really disappointing that it's already discoloring it as bad as it is. Why does it have to be this shade of plastic? Why can't it just be regular white plastic? Why does it have to be this weird soapy, soap bottle-y? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, there he is with the G2 Trooper. And for the head, you just kind of slide this off. It's on a weird square joint. Give me just a second. All right, so it's a very tight joint to get off. I had to remove the weapons, so just to show that for the camera, just kind of come back here, grab it by the horns, and just kind of wiggle it until it comes off. Again, it is a very tight and scary joint or process. There is the other head. This slides on, very much more skeletal, and just like the other one, the horns can be moved around so you can do different kind of emotive things with it. I believe Rook had like one horn or both horns pointing like that, or maybe they were pointing back. I can't remember what he looked like. I want to say they were pointing back, but I could be wrong. So sorry if I am, but there are the two different heads. Can have them pointing forward. I do want to say that Rook had it like that. I can't remember. So yeah, go ahead, take that off, put that one back on, because I kind of liked it better than the regular skull head. I mean, there's still the skull heads, just this one's got the helmet and different horns. And I believe you can swap, yeah, you can swap the horns around. So let's see what this helmet looks like with the gray horns. So it actually kind of looks better if you ask me. I kind of like that. And then take this head, put these horns on it. So yeah, I mean, even then you can still have more variation in your G2 troops. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. I do definitely like the green helmet with the gray horns or the white horns, but yeah, I definitely prefer this design. So moving on. Now, this one and the next one are kind of a tie, but here is the Autotrooper, and it's just a repaint with the new head of the Siege Ironhide mold. Now, I would have kind of preferred if they used a few parts from Ratchet, like the shoulders, so you could get those light bars. But, I mean, it's fine. I mean, you still got plenty of lights there. These could still probably work as lights. Maybe someone could create a new light bar for this mold. I don't know. But yeah, it is just a Cybertronian van, mostly white with some black plastic here, the shoulders, some black paint here on the front housing for the headlights, back here for the feet, of course black wheels, black paint, and that turquoise paint there, that lights. And then you get the kind of Autotrooper badge, so you got that. Still get the same weapon for Ironhide, cast in black with the missile tips painted that same turquoise, and can still become hammer weapons. So pretty much it for the vehicle mode. Like you saw, it rolls just fine. So transformation, just untab these, bring these down. Now I've noticed these don't pop off as easily as Ironhide or Ratchet, but I won't go too far with saying that because they could pop up at any time. Undo this, bring these arms up and rotate, split the legs, collapse these, bring these down and tab them in. From here, we'll split the arms, bring out the head, collapse that, head into place. This is on a double hinge. Just bring that up, tab it in, and then straighten out the arms. And there we have our animated universe Autotrooper. And yeah, this is how I'm going to have these on my shelf. I'm probably going to get 2 to have like this, maybe with animated Prowl or Optimus or Bumblebee. Probably just displayed it with all of them. Now you do have this alternators or Bonotech style head, or, you know, KISS players if you're one of those people into that. Go ahead and pop this off. It is, again, very tight to get off of there. It's also just a very tight ball joint altogether. That slides on, and it looks alright, but yeah, I definitely prefer the animated head on this. I think it just fits aesthetically a lot better. And I've always wanted to get the animated Autotroopers from the BotCon set. I might still try to get those at some point, just because they look cool. I would love to see Hasbro do a Iron Fist or Physitron out of this. So articulation is the same, ball jointed head. You get a swivel at the shoulders, hinge here, or swivel at the bicep, 90 degrees at the elbow, wrist rotates 360, waist rotates 360, forward, back, all the way out, thigh swivel, 90 at the knee, and an ankle tilt. So everything you need out of that for the most part. And there we have them with the blaster. So yeah, really love how this turned out. Love the goggles. It very much perfectly encapsulates the animated head sculpt. So yeah, really like how this turned out. One of the best ones of this set. And that would only be followed up by the generic Decepticon Seeker. Now, I will preface, and as I can see here on my camera, this is showing up a very much Classics era Thundercracker blue. And it is close to that. I will concede it is very close to that, but it is still a very kind of indigo, almost purple color. Bringing in the Earthrise one, which is definitely more of a turquoise blue. Be showing up here on camera. I don't know if some of this has started to discolor, like the fins and right here, but that is definitely a brighter color than this. In hand, this is definitely more of a turquoise blue, as Thundercracker is, than this. So just want to clear that up. This is in hand more of that kind of lavender color. Not quite lavender, it's somewhere in that blue to purple range. But yeah, so trying to find another character that's a similar shade to this. The closest I could think of is maybe the Sweep or Scourge. It's definitely more like Scourge's shade of blue. So there is that. Transformation, I mean, you've seen this 100 times by now, so go ahead and just get through it here so you can see everything. Flip up those fins, bring up the wings, skirt here. Bring this all down. Tap that in. Split the legs. Bring those down. And then bring these sections out like that. Bring that out. Unfurl the arms. Same thing on this other side. Bring that back. And there we have our generic Seeker in robot mode. So there we go. Now, this might actually be a good opportunity to swap this head for the one with Skywarp, so you can have this guy screaming out of him and possibly the other two that I get, if I end up getting 2 more of these sets. So there is generic Seeker, and here we have him next to Thundercracker. So yeah, you can definitely tell that this is Thundercracker here compared to this one. I don't know if it's showing up a little bit better here now on camera, but yeah, this is definitely that darker, well, not really dark, I guess it is a little darker, I don't know. More of that turquoise blue that we associate Thundercracker with, and some different paint apps here. So you got the gunmetal gray that takes up this whole section of the vent there, whereas this has just the slats and then the 2 little indents there. You got the black here on the shin, and then for the feet they are still painted silver, same with the waist piece and the chest. The intakes are still that same shade. Actually, this is more of a shiny silver. You got the black on the intakes there. You got kind of a gunmetal gray there, and you can still use those for launching missiles out of his, yeah. Anyways, stripes are the same. It does have a larger and darker Decepticon symbol here. On the back, still same thing. It's just, you know, this one's a little dusty. Anyways, so yeah, there is the generic Seeker, and that is the Transformers Legacy Evolution Troop Builder multi-pack as soon as I get the G2 Trooper here. His weapons, of course. And, you know, it would have been nice if they included the Screaming Head for this Seeker, because all the other characters have alternate heads except for him. So there we go. There is the 4-pack. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think of this pack. I'm planning on getting 2 now. If I can actually get 2 more, that is another story entirely, but I really hope I can track down 2 more of these. Or, you know, just see if I can hit someone up with, you know, for another seat for, like, just parting out different, you know, from different people. So, I also did forget to mention that the G2 Trooper has the G2 logo right there on the arm. And it still has this weird tail piece, but I just keep it up like that because it doesn't really make sense with him. So, there you go. And you can even have them displayed differently using the weapons that came from Skullgrin. So, yeah, I mean, plenty of display options for these as far as, you know, the alternate heads and different modes, whatnot, except for the Seeker, which, I mean, it is taken from a scene of the episode where there was like 3 of the exact same color Seeker, and they weren't quite Thundercracker color. They were just all kind of that lavender, just 3 of them standing there in the middle of the desert. So, yeah. So, I'm going to stop rambling now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out all the other playlists I have on the channel. Legacy Evolution, this being part of one of them. So, yeah. Also, be sure to check out my Instagram and X profile. I don't post a lot as much as I should, but I'm going to try to as soon as I get some more time off. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. See you next time.